Hello everybody, my name's Mike and today I'm going to show y'all how to make a maple nut icebox pie that was served by the Mack Eplen restaurants here in Abilene, Texas. I noticed on Facebook a lot of people have been trying to make it and been having some problems with it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show y'all how to make it in the microwave. And the first thing you want to do is always have ready, have a 1 9-inch baked pie shell ready. This is what we're going to put our filling in after we cook it. First thing you want to do is find you a dish that will hold all your ingredients when you put it in the microwave. And typically what I do, I got a Pyrex measuring cup. It holds 4 cups. So this will be more than plenty to hold my ingredients. My first ingredient is you want 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. It doesn't have to be name brand or it can be store brand, it doesn't matter. As long as it's sweetened condensed milk, 1 can. I'm gonna pour it in my container. I always scrape my can down with a little spatula to make sure I get as much in it as I can. My next ingredient are going to be my eggs. And this recipe for 1 pie calls for 1/3 cup of egg yolk and 1/6 cup of egg whites. I already have them both here in this cup. I'm going to put it in my glass container, microwave safe. This is how much I got so far. My next ingredient is maple syrup. Calls for 3/4 cup. 3/4 cup. I'm gonna pour it in. Make sure I get it all good and scraped down so I get as much in as I can. I use pure maple syrup. You can get by with using imitation maple syrup, but I always use 100% pure maple syrup. Any brand, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I got all my ingredients I'm gonna put in the microwave. I got them all right here, ready to go. Before I put it in the microwave, what I'll do is I'll take a whisk and I'll just make sure it gets nice and mixed up good. Now when we put this in the microwave, we're going to cook it in 3-minute intervals. And after 3 minutes, I'll take it out, take this whip, stir it again, put it back in the microwave for 3 minutes, take it out, stir it again until it's cooked. I've had people ask me, well, how many 3-minute intervals does it take? Well, every microwave is different. It depends on your wattage of your microwave as to how long you cook it. So I got that all good and combined. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my microwave. Three minutes. After 3 minutes, I'll show you what we do. Okay, we're coming up on the end of our first 3 minutes. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it out. Kind of show it, see if I can get a picture of this. I don't know if y'all can see that. See how it's kind of getting lumpy around the edges? Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mix it again. Get those lumps mixed in. Doesn't take much. I'm gonna put it back in for another 3 minutes. While we're on this second 3 minutes, I'm going to show you this recipe that I'm using. One side makes 1 pie, one side makes 2 pies. Okay, this is the end of our second 3-minute cook in the microwave. See how it's kind of custarding up, getting kind of thick. Looks like scrambled eggs almost. That's all right. Take it, stir it up. And you want it lumpy, like I said, like scrambled eggs, throughout the mixture. You don't want any liquid. You know, well, when I say liquid, I mean real runny. You want it thick. Let's see if I can say that. Like scrambled eggs. And that's about where you want it. You know, that only took 6 minutes total cook time. Some microwaves, you might have to go a minute or two longer. Like I said, all microwaves have a different wattage, so it takes, you know, a different amount of time, you know, per microwave. What we're going to do next is I'll take a blender, and the type of blender I use for just like one pie, I have one of these little submergible blenders, like what you would make a milkshake or something out of. Now, if I was doing multiple pies, like 2, 3, 4 pies at a time, I would put it in a big mixer with a whip. But since we're only doing one, this is what I'm going to use. And what you want to do, you want to mix it to where you get all the lumps out. You want it nice and smooth. And I'll show you what it looks like after we get it mixed. I'm just kind of scraping the bowl down right now. Okay, I got it nice and smooth. See, I don't know if y'all can see that right. I took it from a scrambled eggs texture to almost a thick gravy type consistency. See how kind of smooth that looks now? That's the way you want it. Once you get it there, you want to add your pecans. For one pie, it takes 3/4 cup. I use chopped pecans. Just dump the whole thing in the container. Take it, blend it in real good. Just mix it thoroughly. Make sure you got pecans evenly distributed throughout. And while it's still warm, what we're going to do is we're going to pour it into my baked pie shell that I have ready here on the stove. See if I can see that. Smooth it out, nice and even. That's one. Once you get it in your shell, it looks something like this. What you want to do, we're going to put it in the refrigerator for several hours. We're going to let it get completely cool. As it's cooling, it'll even get more firm. And once it's completely cool, we'll top it with some whipped cream. Okay, it's been about 2.5 hours. I pulled my maple nut out of the refrigerator and it's nice and cooled. It's set up. And when I mean set up, you should be able to take your pie and turn it sideways and it'll still stay in there. What we're going to do now is make the topping, a whipped cream topping. And what you want to use is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. We're going to put it in our mixer. Half a teaspoon of vanilla, just regular old vanilla. And half a cup of just regular old powdered sugar. Dump it in there. My mixer came with a shield, a clear shield. I always use it just because I don't like a bunch of whipping cream thrown all over the area. It kind of helps. It kind of helps from keep making a mess. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start this. I'm going to mix it on high. And I'm going to turn the camera off while it's mixing. And you don't want to mix it too long because it'll turn the butter. You just want to mix it long enough to make a nice, heavy, stiff whipped cream. And you're going to mix it on high. Okay, just got done mixing it. If you're wondering, the total mixing time on that for my mixer was 1 minute and 30 seconds is what it took to make the cream. You want it nice and stiff. You know, just a nice stiff whipping cream. And we're going to use that to top our pie with. There's several ways you can top the pie. You can spoon it on top. You know, spread it around. Some people like to pipe it on. They'll put it like in a Ziploc bag and cut the corner off and you can pipe it on. Whatever you want to do is fine. I know a lot of people at home, they don't have these pastry bags that they use like in bakeries, but this is what I use. And I use a little star tip. So I'm going to take the cream. I'm just going to scoop it up and put it inside my bag. I'm just going to, I'm just gonna squirt it on and just do it in a circle. That's all I'm gonna do. Once I got it topped, you know, I just went in a circle. That's all I did. You can take you, if you want to dress it up a little bit, just take you some pecan pieces, drop you some pecan pieces on there. You know, just kind of, you know, whatever you like to do. And that is the maple nut icebox pie. I just cut the pie because a lot of people want to see what it looks like cut. It ought to stand up nice and firm. And that's what it is. Thank y'all for looking.